Understanding that our walk in the world is a constant encounter with beings is one of the most important magical keys there is. This is because we must realize that magic is not wielded in terms of objects and impersonal forces, because there is no such thing. The setting of conditions in order to induce change within the magical moment, giving rise to appearance, is a matter of engagement with beings. Magical knowledge is not the collection of information within your brain. Knowledge is knowing another. Your ability to magic, your embodiment as a magician, relies on your ability to form relationships with other beings. This has always been the definition of knowledge, in any case. Knowledge has never been about information. That is the great misunderstanding of our time. Knowledge is intimacy with another. The first knowledge you have is of and with yourself. You are a being, of course. And further knowledge is the meeting and enjoying and understanding others you encounter in your path, whether another human, a little bee buzzing along, a gust of wind, a strain of melody that reaches you. The magician's gathering of knowledge is the nurturing of an ever-increasing synergy of a relationship web within the world, as well as the quality of one-on-one relationships with individual beings. The magician seeks knowledge of both the true nature of beings as well as the conditions of appearance within the world of illusion of given beings. The knowledge of beings one seeks often is suggested by the magical art one chooses to practice. For example, if you choose to be a master of horses, you will come to know horses. If you choose to be a master baker, you are going to come to know yeast, yes? In terms of the magician archetype, I will eventually let you know what your primary relationships are, not in this video, later in the lessons. I caution you about information. Information is anti-knowledge. Information is always related to a given magical invention, and the information describes the features of the invention. In other words, information is only and ever a description of a given illusion within the world, and often an illusion maintained by unaware people who are magicking from a perception of believing lack is real, and that the invention and the information can save them. Knowledge is understanding true nature and being and point of view and path and story. Knowledge is personal, unique, and intimate. Beings are not circumscribed by rule and reason. Beings are chaos. Knowledge is understanding the joy and the suffering of being a being, in general, and in particular as you meet specific beings in your path. And P.S., the first met being is yourself. Beings are to be encountered with love and with respect for their agency. That is knowledge. The path of a magician is dedication to the gathering of knowledge, to the vow of that constant quality of encounter with whatever being is met in the path. Honor, sacredness. And this knowledge, these relationships, will be drawn upon by the magician in order to set conditions of change that allow for appearance. And remember, all appearance is the appearance of being, in general and in individuality. The true nature of beings is clothed in appearance within this world illusion, and the magician has the knowledge of both true nature and appearance, and can call upon their gathered knowledge and cultivated relationships in order to wield influence. Key. Knowledge is understanding of and intimacy with another being. Key. The magician's gathering of knowledge is the vow to encounter other beings with understanding and reverence, so that relationships are formed and nurtured. Key. The magician will draw upon their knowledge, relationship with beings, in order to set conditions and wield influence.